Good evening, my name is Lee. Today is November 20th, 2021, and Saturday. And this is the third videos that I promised I will standing in front of the camera to practice with myself for improving my spoken languages and reduce the blinking eyes unconsciously and reduce the unnecessary sound or repetitive word unconsciously. So for today's videos, I actually did some preparations. And so today we'd like to talk about the cultures of naming in Western country. In general speaking, people's name consist of pomo. People consist of three parts. A people's name consists of three parts. The first name, the last name, and the middle name. For example, the 43rd of United States President George W. Bush have the three parts of name. George is his first name. W is his middle name, which is abbreviated for Walker, W for Walker, and Bush is his last name. And let me talk one by one. First one is about the first name. First name actually have another name called given name. Why is it called given name? Because when you're born, when a new baby born in Western country, and his parents would give name to him or her, so it's called a given name. And according to the research, I do some research over the internet before starting recording these videos. And according to the research, especially people living in the medieval age, the middle age, and the first name have another name is Christian name, because the religion's power, the Anglicanisms or Catholicisms had a greater power influenced on the British and the Western countries. So when the new babies were born, and the church and their parents were invited church to give the name to their new babies. So that's why the first name have another name is Christian name. But in modern society, especially in the American and British, they are have multiple. I don't know how to say, because in modern society, people few people talk about the Christian name. They are just talk about the first name or the given name, and few people talk about a Christian name because it's not appropriate to someone sometimes to ask people who believed in Hindus or Muslims what is the Christian name. I think it's not appropriate to ask by this way. So people know more to talk about. Few people to talk about a Christian name. So next is about last name. And last name is a family name, because this is name of Western countries. In Western countries, this is a family name that carry on from generation to generation, and he or her cannot get rid of it. You cannot at least born with. This is the name born with him or her. So this is a family name. And for example, if someone called, for example, George W. Bush, again, use this as an example. Bush, we can normally inferred that his father, the last name is Bush, and his father's father is grandfather, and also the last name is Bush. So Bush is their family's shared name. Everyone shared this name. And next one is middle name. So middle name is really interesting things when I do research to find. And there are two mainly purposes for the middle name. The first purpose is to distinguish the people who have the same name. For example, Michael Jordan. Actually, a lot of young boys called Michael. The first name is Michael. The last name is Jordan, because in the Jordan family, maybe they are all love the Michael as their given name. So Michael Jordan have a lot of people. Maybe you can meet several guys who called Michael Jordan. In these situations, people, including the Michael Jordan himself, need to have a way to distinguish the same name between them. So, for example, one guy is called Michael W. Jordan, another is called Michael T. Jordan, like this. So this is the first purpose, and the second purpose is for commemorate. The second purpose is for commemorating their ancestors. For example, Michael T. Jordan, the middle name maybe is T is abbreviated for Tom. So maybe his grandpa is named Tom. So his father, Michael Jordan's father, want to commemorate his father. So he giving the Michael as a giving name to his son, and also used the Tom as a middle name to commemorate his father. So Michael Tom Jordan, this the first name is Michael, the middle name is Tom, the last name is Jordan. So there are two purposes for the middle name. And yeah, that's it. I know this video is not so good, and it's kind of boring if you are familiar with such as culture in the Western countries. But I have to say something. In front of the camera, and I have no materials, and I do some research and speaking in front of the camera. Rehearse it, and I believe the practice make perfect, and I will consistently. Maybe someday I will do sort out some things about the Western country, about these topics, and do it and rehearse it again. So that's today's video record. See you tomorrow.